scene. TMG.
After he couldn't handle Capella.
I'm screaming. But before we round up, UFC Conor McGregor, is he down for the counts? He's gone for good.
McGregor is in my opinion, he is done. He's done. Now, this takes nothing away from his greatness. All right, this takes nothing away from his greatness. In terms of what he's brought to the UFC across his career, in terms of the victories that he's had in the past, you know, memorable victories. It's the one that will always stand out to me is the Jose Aldo one, isn't it?
When he knocked him out.
Special victory, fam. Now, what happens is that, especially in the fight game, it takes a certain level of determination and drive to go through what you have to go through to be the very best in that sport at the highest level.
Yeah.
Now, when you make the amount of money that McGregor's made and you have the profile that he now has, it becomes, no matter how much he will tell you, it doesn't affect him. It almost certainly does. It becomes very, very difficult to get up and do the same things that you've done all the way through your career, put your body through the same punishment in training camp, through matches. You know, that is a part of the reason why it's probably been very inactive the last few years. It's the reason why you're seeing him get dismantled in these two fights against Poirier. He is getting battered.
He's getting outstanding. He can't handle the kicks at all.
He can't handle Poirier, and
grappling's poor.
The problem he has is that his persona, the persona he has, is built on being disrespectful, being, you know, a big bravado, you know, that sort of you know, arrogance about it.
Front foot fighter.
Now that works when you're winning.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to maintain that, or for people to continue to take you seriously when you're coming into fights talking about your opponent's wife, talking about different things about your opponent, and then you're getting, even before he broke his leg, Poirier was destroying him, fam. He was really hurting him. Now,
what did they say about the silk sheets and pajamas?
Yeah, I know you're gonna make
what they say?
Fam,
that's why you give extra credit to Mayweather, because he got all the money and was still dishing it out to guys.
No, yeah, you see, the difference with the one thing I would say about Mayweather is that in his discipline, he was the greatest defensive fighter of all time. On top of that, he was also incredibly smart in how he selected his fights. And
he earned that. He earned
that through being smart and through his greatness, obviously.
McGregor's earned that, but obviously the way UFC works, it's like a meritocracy. I don't know how it works. They just make sure the best fighters fight the best ones. I don't think
it's what makes Dana great.
Yeah, Dana. But the things with Dana doesn't look after his fighters that well. I don't think the contracts and how it is, all of them are always complaining. So there's obviously something that Dana doesn't do. The product itself, UFC fighters are underpaid. They're saying that Tyron Woodley is going to make more in his fight against Jake Paul in that fight than he did in his whole UFC career.
McGregor himself, how much money did he make in that fight?
That Mayweather fight, I think McGregor should stop fighting. He should have stopped fighting. You've hit, when you hit that peak, that high, that's it, man. Forget it. Forget this. All of this is what you're doing now. You can't really tarnish your legacy. You've done enough, but you're only just like weakening yourself to the point where like you won't.
He's weakening his own legacy.
Yeah, his own legacy. Now, in his own eyes.
If McGregor was to turn around now and say, I'm retiring from MMA, retiring from combat sports, I'm going into, I don't know, commentary on UFC fights going forwards, whatever, nobody will look at him differently. Nobody will look at him and go, you know what, like, you know, he was a flop, or he was this, or he was that. Everyone will have the utmost respect for what he achieved in his career and understand, you know, why he stepped away. By continuing to take these fights, the problem he has is he could very, very easily, if he obviously, you know, that next fight with Poirier, if Poirier 4 gets made.
Poirier 4 is going to happen, which is so stupid.
If that fight gets made, he could go out getting his lights knocked out, fam. Look at the way Ronda Rousey went out, fam.
That's what McGregor's becoming.
She went out sad, bro. She went out sad.
They're basically mirroring each other's career, but Ronda never had the heights that he.
Ronda didn't have, but it was a similar sort of position, though. Do you know what I mean? When she got beat by Holly Holm, she could easily have stepped away because, fam, that Amanda Nunes beating.
Amanda Nunes is a different kind of animal.
That was painful to watch, bro. Painful.
She's so dominant in terms of her, in the female game. Amanda Nunes is so
clear everyone up. Yeah,
it's like I don't even know. I don't even know who could be.
Of course,
she's crazy. I mean, Conor McGregor lost for the first time in his career, back-to-back fights. He's lost 4 of his last 5 MMA or boxing fights. He's on a terrible run. It's crazy because he obviously broke his ankle. That's what led to the official loss. But
see how desperate he was to call it a doctor's stoppage. So desperate to call it a doctor's stoppage.
Broke his ankle. I thought he broke his tibia.
I think it was tibia and fibula.
Yeah, tibia and fibula. We rolled his ankle. I mean, yeah, McGregor is going outside. I mean, I would like to see him get back to the top one more time. I just don't think he has in the tank.
You know what it is? Yeah, Poirier needs the fight against McGregor because
he needs the money.
Poirier
needs the McGregor does not need this, fam. He doesn't need it.
To McGregor, this is just another day, fam.
I mean, yeah, he sold his proper 12 what's it called, alcohol company.
Stake in it.
That's what I think.
How much you said it for?
I don't know. Hundreds of millions. I don't even know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, what more can he bring?
Yeah, at this stage, it's about legacy. It's about knowing when to step away, fam.
It's about Jake Paul and them guys there.
If he'll beat the living crap out of Jake. Jake Paul doesn't want him.
In a boxing match?
He does not want him.
I think he does.
No, I don't think he does.
I think he does.
Are you sure? Hey, McGregor will kill him, man.
In a boxing match, I don't know about that.
He'll kill him.
I actually don't know.
Jake Paul has been very selective in his fights, not Logan. Did you see the way Logan was just fighting for his life and like Floyd even had to? Well, I think Floyd knocked him out, and he kind of like.
The one thing I would say is, Jake Paul, you have to give Jake Paul a lot more respect, but regarding his boxing skills still, because
it's good.
He actually takes it very seriously. He actually takes it very seriously. Logan was carried through that Floyd fight. You can see that in the fight. Floyd clipped him. Logan was out, fam.
This all could have been over. This Jake Paul and Logan. If KSI and his brother just knocked these dummies out, but they weren't having it. No, Deji was beating him up, but then he got tired. Deji's the worst fight I've ever seen.
Conditioning.
I've been seeing the YouTube fight. He's laughing. Oh my god, I was so embarrassed.
I mean, if you come to fights, MMA, boxing, unfit, you'll get punished. Unless you get knocked the guy out in the first 2 rounds. But once it goes to the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, when the stamina just dips, it flips. Like what's punches that won't be hurting you, they hurt you even more. Like if you used to play Fight Night with those boxing games, it's the best way to explain it. Guys will be good, and then when their stamina dips, little punch like this, instead of hurting you like 10%, it'll hurt you 8%, and then you'll be ready to be dazed, you're on the floor. That's why the conditioning for combat sports is immense, especially boxing. You have to.
I have tease his fights.
I'm gonna be there.
I'm
gonna be there.
Head strikes.
I don't think it's
nothing about that.
I don't think it's head kicks. I don't think it's elbows.
No elbows.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that fight.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there front row.
I'm gonna be there, man.
You know what I mean?
After his crazy dancer, did he get kicked in the head before that? That's by far the craziest shout I've ever heard on this podcast.
What's the crazy shout?
Zidane's the GOAT.
Tease is just a massive fan. Just a massive fan.
Tease is a funny guy.
Any shout that you want to put out there that's crazier than that? If you want to, there's time for crazy shouts, isn't it?
I mean,
that's how Skip Bader's made his career. So if you want to say something,
I mean, the crazy shout I heard recently, you said you think you said Henderson's better than Cocaine. That's a crazy.
That's not crazy though.
That's a crazy shout I heard.
That's nowhere near as crazy as saying that.
There's no, there's a damn thing. I mean, that's
I think Henderson is better than Cocaine. Though.
But yeah.
But they're the same echelon of midfielder. I don't care. What do you say?
He's been doing this. Henderson came to the 4th.
They've been doing it as well. Both of them. My guy got a Champions League final. Your guy doesn't.
Huh?
My guy's got a Champions League medal. Your guy doesn't.
Yeah, he won a Champions League.
Koke got multiple leagues now, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he got 2.
My guy's got 1, but he's got Champions League. You know, apparently it says Champions League is worth like what? How many leagues is that? 2.5,
3.
But for Athletic Madrid,
and obviously, if we were using that logic, then Messi and Ronaldo wouldn't be a debate. But guys,
why wouldn't it be a debate?
How many titles did my guy win when I was in the league? It was 9-2 or something like that.
9-2. When I was there for that long.
It was 9-2.
It was like 6-2,
70
or something like that. But when I was got league titles for Manchester United, Juventus. You know, he's got 5 Champions Leagues to Messi's 4. Even though one of Messi's Champions Leagues, he was injured for the second half.
So one of them.
So Messi that's 3.5, 3. If you want to be like
4.
that, you know what I mean?
That's 4.
Yeah, I mean,
how many Champions League? Messi played better in more Champions League finals than Ronaldo. So, Ronaldo only played well in what, like 1, 2. Which one? 2. I mean, it's 5. Juventus and Juventus. It was
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea. Yeah. Ronaldo's the guy, but you know.
Ronaldo's the guy of what?
He's the guy.
Of what?
He's one of the GOATs.
Of what?
He's one of the GOATs.
He's the best header of a footballer I've ever seen.
Ronaldo is top 2 all time.
Top 2.
He's top 3. He's top 2.
No, because
he's top 3. I mean,
I'm a Pele fan.
I
don't blame him.
I'm dropping Ronaldo behind the original Ronaldo.
You can't do that.
Simply if you watch ESPN, Shaq Hislop calls Ronaldo his goat. I don't know how he does that.
Well, knees.
Huh?
Knees Ronaldo.
Ronaldo Luis do that.
R9.
Yeah,
I'm calling him knees.
I don't know why he calls him the goat. I mean, Ronaldo's great, but his club career is
R9.
No Champions League.
R9 in terms of like as a centre forward. Just like watching some of these clips, like he was different. He was different, and you would love to have seen what he would have gone on to achieve if he didn't suffer the knee.
He was gifted.
He was a different.
But he did not work hard enough. That's why his career was short.
It was that coupled with the crazy
injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? It might have caught up to him in the end, but I think the crazy injuries even led to him not working hard enough at times. I mean, come back from injuries like that. Name me a player that's come back from debilitating injuries to that level and still come back to win Ballon d'Ors.
No one
has ever done that.
My guy Luke Shaw broke his leg. He's a good player. Now.
Good player. We're talking about.
No one's done what Ronaldo's done. But obviously, shout out to him. I got nothing to say about him not being a great player. Just not better than Henry. That's it. I'm with that take.
Who's not better than Henry?
I'm with that take.
No. We're not ending it there. Who's not better than Henry?
Hey, we know. I just said it.
You said R9. You said
R9 is not better than Henry. Yeah, I've already said that. I've been saying that.
What's the worst take? Henry being better than Ronaldo or Zidane being the goat?
Hey, Zidane being the GOAT is the worst take on this show. That is the worst. I don't even think. I've not heard a crazier shout. I've not heard a crazier shout.
I don't think I can't remember one. We need to get teased back.
Even on the American shows where they're trying to outdo each other, I've not heard a crazier shout. And if you can tell,
wait.
Penny Parker's been close.
What did he say?
When he called Middleton Batman. That's
when he said
wait.
No, Kenny Burch said Russell Westbrook will end up being the second greatest point guard of all time.
Okay,
that might be worse.
That is just utter craziness.
Okay, I got one for you. T saying Zidane is the GOAT as a bad shout, or Max Kellerman saying, "Fade the universe on the line." He had a 3-point shot to take. He's taking Andre Iguodala over Steph Curry.
I want Andre Iguodala.
I want Iguodala.
Okay, that is crazy.
So what's the worst shout?
Hey, they're both in the stratosphere. Same stratosphere. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Hey, the thing is, the fair universe on the line. I don't want Iguodala anywhere. Iguodala is what? Maybe like the last million, fam.
Do you know what made that take even more funny, fam? It's the fact he looked into the camera as he said it, and then they panned to Stephen A. and Isaiah Thomas. They're just like, what? What?
I'm sure Stephen A. probably tried to walk off the set,
fam. Oh my god.
Hey, Iguodala, man, shout out to him.
He's great on 2K though. Yeah. Best version of Iguodala. That guy's.
No one cares.
Man.
I'm not trying to have him with the fate of the universe on the
2015
If he's not MVP. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, or Reggie Miller,
or
Larry Bird, Dame Lillard.
Larry Bird, one of the coldest, man. Yeah. Larry Bird was cold.
KD can be a.
Michael Jordan, not for free though.
Jordan, no. Jordan can't. Fate of the universe.
Jordan in the clutch from free. I'm taking.
Are you sure?
Jordan in the clutch.
The universe is done.
Jordan in the clutch. Fam.
I'm taking LeBron over Jordan in the clutch.
From free?
Yeah, I'm taking LeBron over him. I'm taking.
Alright.
LeBron's got more game winners.
Okay. From the free throw line.
I'm taking Jordan.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know there's
a take you.
Yeah, wow. LeBron at the line. For the fate of the universe at the line.
I'll take Ruben probably at the line.
Flip. Yeah, I'll probably have to take Ruben over LeBron.
LBJ.
Hey, fam, maybe even T's at the line over him, fam. He even plays basketball.
That's crazy.
Thank you for listening to Two Man Game.
If you like and subscribe,
Come on.
follow us on all socials, Instagram, Twitter. Listen to us audibly, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's been chill with the boy Lass, the main man.
Come on.
Helped me to win a championship. Oh my days, I'm a champion.
Celebrations.
Celebrate, but you know, TMG boys, we're gonna lit.
We out.
Come on.
How long was that?